listen to the video I sent?
Yeah.
Yes.
All of you? Do you have a proper understanding that mind is not coming from the brain? I didn't send you, right? No,
That's okay.
you didn't get? Oh, no. Because we sent it before that, before I'm meeting you.
Oh.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm teaching you. I'm telling you, the mind is not coming from the brain. Okay. So mind is separate. Buddhism is I said about mind sense base, right? Eye sense base, ear sense base. Okay. So sense base is called organ. You can say the eye organ. You say that, right? So in science we call it the eye organ. From the eye to the brain, from the occipital cortex, there's a track, and in medicine, in neuroscience, they say the occipital cortex understands and realizes the object. It's not. It's not. You will understand when you are in meditation. If you can go to deep meditation, you will understand that. Okay. The eye consciousness happens in the eye. Color comes to the eye, and when it touches the sense base, the consciousness arises in there, in the eye. But in Buddhism, it doesn't say inside the eye or in between the eye and the brain or in the brain, because Buddhism doesn't talk about the human body. He talks about Buddha talks about a body of humans, people in the hell, gods, and Brahma, common to everyone. When he was teaching to all the universe, like, everyone in all the worlds. Because in Brahma they don't have a body. In heaven they don't have brains. There's no nervous system. There's a body. So he tells things to everyone. Because of that, he doesn't tell where the mind is, where the mind sense base is, where the eye sense base is, where the ear sense base is. He doesn't say that. But according to the teaching, the eye sense base arises. The sense base, sense base is something like, when this is the sense base, it's like receptor. When the light touches this is called sense base. This helps to convert this energy to a consciousness, to realize what the color is. It's called consciousness. Okay, so this is called sense base. So now we think this is in the eye, and it also appears and disappears with time. It appears and disappears. And when in each mind, a new sense base appears. It says in Buddhism. So this sense base is created by the karma. It appears and disappears, appears and disappears, appears and disappears in the eye. The mind sense base in Buddhism, it tells around the heart, like somewhere associated with the blood. In the heart, mind starts. It also comes and goes, sense base. Okay? When the mental object comes, touches the mental object touches the mind sense base, it gives rise to a mind consciousness. That means mind consciousness is thinking. Now, like this is to show you that mind is not a product of the brain, because in deep meditation states, mind detaches from the body. In the first jhana, make your brain and your nervous system inactive. The first jhana. That's why you can get rid of the pain like this. Okay? So, and second jhana can, when you go to second one, it's more cooler, the body becomes more comfortable. Okay? So, and you can condition the body temperature. Then the fifth jhana, you can completely understand that when you go to fifth, you are floating, like, floating means, you don't have a body. Completely don't feel body, okay? And this is the brain of like in the video you saw this, right? This is the brain of a graduate student. Okay? It's the brain of a graduate student. Look at a little bit of cortex. A little cortex. According to neuroscience, this person can't survive. But he's a graduate student. If the brain produces these cognitive functions, how come this person survive? Okay? And this is EEG of a meditator. EEG shows alpha waves. When you do meditation, the scientists check thousands of meditators, the mind, and it shows a sleeping pattern. When you sleep, you get alpha waves in the brain, in EEG. And when you're active, when you open your eyes, It's called beta waves. Beta waves goes, okay? When you're active, when you are thinking, when you listen. But this comes in sleep. Total relaxed mind, total relaxed brain. There's no brain activity. There's little brain activity, but not much. But meditators is very alert, thinking and alert. Still this activity. And it completely relaxes the body. No nervous activity in the body. No nervous activity, but he can stay straight. And all the muscles are relaxed, but you can stay straight, sit straight. Isn't it magical? Okay. So I think it's a real. This one, that means reaction type. When the fly comes to the eye, you just do this, right? But this reaction happens like this. It cannot be explained by the modern neuroscience because according to modern neuroscience, it takes more time, and the message has to come through the nerves to the fingers. How many muscles now work here? There's several hundreds of muscles work to do this. If you calculate the time, it will be a long time before you do this. It will be a long time. But Buddhism says, no. You see the fly, consciousness arises here, another consciousness arises to throw the fly away, then the mind, once you have, I want to throw the fly away, each thought gives you mind particles. These mind particles touches the muscles. And it directs each and every muscle to behave in a different way. That's how you do this. Okay? Mind doesn't use the brain to recognize objects and for the physical response. And reincarnation is another thing. It tells you it's not coming from the brain, right? That's why it's going from one body to the other, right? And near-death experience and memories, people who are deep coma. Look at this chicken. This chicken's head cut and experimented in 1930s and 1960s. So, I think 1960s by a neuroscientist. And what they do is they cut the head and connected the blood vessels, arteries and veins, shunted, and to the esophagus, they fed food. And this chicken, I think he lived 18 months. And he was following the other chickens outside. He can't eat, but he's following the other chicken, come into the cage. But hey, there's another YouTube video too, and you can watch. People are playing with the headless chicken, right? So that means you don't need a brain, okay? So I explain this, okay, already. So mind is dynamic. It comes and disappears, comes and disappears. Okay, now the rise of mind is called Chakra Prasada, eye sense base. Look, it touches the eye sense base. This is the before arising of eye consciousness. This is called Panchadwara Varjana consciousness. We have moments, right? We discussed it. We have moments. In between these moments, there are so many moments we are not aware. That means we are sleeping. Sorry. When we are, in between we are talking and we are seeing, when we are hearing, most of the time we sleep. Because this happens very fast, we don't recognize that. There are inert minds. We call those minds Bhavanga mind. What do you call it? Bhavanga. When you sleep, or in anesthesia, in the anesthesizer, so when you sleep, we have that Bhavanga mind. Right? It's called Bhavanga. We don't have awareness for those minds. In sleep, we have that. Comes and go. In between, we are in normal awarenesses also, we have a lot. You are asking when you're talking to someone, sometimes you recognize that he's not listening to me. Are you sleeping? You ask him, right? That means that's Bhavanga mind. Some people have this Bhavanga, many Bhavanga minds than other people. People with higher wisdom have less Bhavanga mind. Low wisdom have a higher number of Bhavanga minds in between alert minds. Okay? So now I'm going to show you here. Now, the next one. Okay, now I'm going to go fast. I'm cutting some slides, okay? So, and Now we talk about who I am, and we told, and I showed you color come to the eye sense space. This blue thing, this thing, is called Chakku Prasad. That means eye sense space. We call it Rupa. This is Rupa, right? Rupa means object. Flower and the eye. These both are objects, right? Okay. Now this is the mind. We call it. This is the moment. Now we are going to talk about with that little example, model. Now, you make this. Okay. Now I made this. Actually, she helped me. It's coloring and everything done by her. Okay. So now this is the blue thing. Is the consciousness. Now, me and Mitul, I showed Mitul a flower. It's stuck in the eye. I'll show you because this is the moment. I'm going to show you. This is called a moment. One moment. The flower, light comes to the eye. There's an eye sense base here, and when light touches the sense base is something we don't see. It's a very tiny particle in the eye. So sense base arises from the karma. It comes and goes with each mind. With each mind, one sense base comes. Okay? So that sense base, when light touches the sense base, the consciousness arises. I told you, before this consciousness, there's another consciousness. It disappears. We call it Panchadvara consciousness. Or you can say Bhavanga consciousness. The sleeping consciousness. It's Panchadvara Varjana consciousness. It's called Panchadvara Varjana consciousness. It's a kind of a Bhavanga consciousness. Okay? You can call it like that, Bhavanga consciousness. But it disappears, then this consciousness appears. When it appears, there are sub-mentalities appears with it. When this appears, consciousness, there are sub-mentalities. It's called Sanya, Vedana, Chetana. Sanya is a symbol. It's called Sanya, nya, okay? Like Panya, Sanya. Sanya is this red one, right? It's called Sanya. Sanya is the symbol of the flower. Okay? We think now this is this flower, like a pink flower. This is a petal. This is a petal. You see just a petal. Just see a petal. I see just a petal of this flower. Just think like, okay? Sanya is a symbol. This is a mental element. It recognizes the color and the shape. Okay? When it recognizes the color and the shape, the mind recognizes it very clearly. The mind is a consciousness, eye consciousness. Eye consciousness recognizes what is recognized by this one. It's called symbol, very clearly. In addition to the sanya, there's another element comes. We call it Vedana. Vedana is the sensation. Sensation is the feeling. Like sensation is like it's a good, like pleasurable or unpleasurable or neutral. The three kinds of feelings. But eye consciousness always the feeling or the sensation is neutral. The flower, the petal will give a neutral sensation. The petal gives me the neutral sensation. And this is the duration is 1 in 2 billions of a second. You can't recognize it. I'm telling you what you don't recognize to understand who we are. Do you understand? So this is the one that will clearly recognize what the sensation is. Eye consciousness. This is called Chetana, or the wish or the desire to the petal. The desire is like I want to see everything. Like I want to see it more. I want to understand it more. It says when you see a petal, that kind of understanding comes, right? But that is not exactly what I want to tell you. There are no words to that because this is a 1/2 billion of a second. Okay, 1/2 billion of a second. So there are no words to explain this, but I'm using these words just to get some idea, okay, what it is. Okay, it recognizes like a pink here. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the flower. This all together is called 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 is the Rupa is collection of both. Like I and the flower we call it Rupa. Sanya, Vedana, Chetana, Vinyana. We call it Vinyana. Consciousness is called Vinyana. Okay. So these are called 5 aggregates. In Buddhism, one moment is called 5 aggregates. This happens, the moment happens like this by itself. Okay, the next moment is after this, because the Chetana wanted to identify what the flower is, what the petal is. There's another mind arises in the heart, associated with the mind consciousness, to recognize what it is. Then the memories comes down. The memories of a petal comes. Oh, this is a petal of a, maybe it's the lotus. Oh, this is the petal from a lotus. The memory gives it. Then in mind consciousness, similar one thing happened. Then this becomes the mind. It's not the I. This is the mind sense base. Then the memory comes as object. We call it mental objects. In Buddhism, it's called Dhamma. Okay. So it creates another moment. We call it mind consciousness. Sanya, in there also there's a Sanya, Vedana, Chetana. Sanya, symbol, sensation, and expectation, or a desire. We call it Chetana. Okay? In mind consciousness, it happens. Is it too much for you?
It's a little.
Little too much for you, right?
Yeah, it's
okay.
it's getting a little convoluted.
Yeah, okay, I think, yeah, and we got an interesting thing. You know, I'm stopping here because the most important thing is to understand a moment. Moment is, I want you to understand it's a collection of energies, the object and energies. There are 4 energies here, okay? Element, we can call it mental elements. Where when light comes, you know, this eye consciousness happen, and it leads to memories. And memory becomes the object to the mind sense base. Then in mind sense base, mind consciousness arises. Now this disappears completely. Okay, so this disappears completely. When this disappears, mind consciousness happens. All is mano vinyana. Okay, so look, it identifies. He has not seen a pink lotus. He has seen a white lotus in the past, but using this memory. Eye consciousness memory, use the color of this pink, and he combined with the memory of white lotus, new memory of a pink lotus happens. He identifies pink lotus. So identify there is a pink lotus flower, he needs a memory of a lotus. He doesn't identify it as you. So did he identify it? Is it his geniusness? No. It happens. The memory touched it. What led to it is knowing, like a neediness to understand this, desire led to it. Okay? So this happens in the eye, this happens in the mind sense space. The Buddhism it says around the heart. Okay? Now, Midul, I want you, this is the most important thing to explain it. Now, actually, she reminded me that now for just give you 1 minute, okay? So for this to arise, we need 3 other things. One is, sorry, 2 other things. One is called tanha, attachment. There's another element in the mind called attachment, called tanha. Okay, that is for the creation of this, this thought, right? To get eye conscious or mind consciousness, you need attachment, and the black one is called avidya. Have you heard about that? avidya, or we call it like a, it's like a, we can call it the darkness of the mind. Okay, so there's another one called panya. Panya is a light of the mind. Okay, so usually we don't have this. When you're on meditation, we get panya. Panya is the wisdom. Panya is the wisdom. We don't have wisdom in daily life, but when you meditate or when you are kind, we get this. Usually we have each mind. We have avidya and tanha. It means you can call it
Ignorance.
it's not ignorance. Is not the correct word. It's like a darkness of the mind. That means which blinds you, which make you ignorant. There's something in it. It's a like, you know, if I call it wisdom is the light. Avidya, there's no English word for it. I'm telling you, avidya is the darkness. So for this to happen, for consciousness to arise, you need avidya, it's darkness, and tanha, attachment. But it happens in mindful mind. In mindful mind, it happens with the wisdom. This dark force or dark energy, we can call it like a blinding energy, which make us ignorant. That energy, when it shrinks, the yellow one, that means the wisdom, goes up. It becomes brighter. It's like in a dimming light. You know, this becomes big, this becomes smaller. Right? This is too much for you to understand, but that's why, you know. This one, okay. Now Mithul, this now Mithul, come here. Now I wrote something here about your life. Is it okay to talk? All right. Everyone, okay?
Yeah.
Right. All right. Pay attention. I know you guys are tired, but this is called courage. Okay. Some people, you know, stay without eating for maybe 8 to 9 hours because they want to learn. I want you to be like that. That's why I'm keeping you hungry. Okay. So don't give value to the hunger, then it will not come to you. If you give value to hunger, only it will come. Okay. You give value to the learning of yourself. Now, Mithul is thinking who I am. Now I'm telling you, Mithul, now I'll give you, now I'm telling you that these are pills, okay? You're in the pharmacy now. I'm going to collect your moments in the life. I'm giving this, and these are pills. I'm asking you to count, okay? So can you count these pills? Just count. Okay, now this is one thing you do in the forms, right? You count bills. Then what do you do? You do bills, right? Like, you know, you say how much you're gonna pay, and the patient pays, and you collect at the end. You do those things, right? I told you to count this, right? While you were counting, did you know who you were? Not conscious. You did. That's what I want to do. You didn't know that, okay? When you're talking to the patient, do you know you are Mithul talking? No, right? I'm asking now, when you're in the pharmacy, who you are? It's a pharmacist, right? If she works in there, sorry. I was doing this, okay. If she is working there, she is a pharmacist too. So there's no difference between your consciousness and the consciousness, right? Now next we see, now, you think for your wife now. What is she doing today? What's she doing? Right now. Okay, now when you think about like this kid, your wife, do you know you are Mithul? No, you are a husband. When he is thinking about his wife, Sabit, right? Your first name? Jack. Jack, okay. So Jack, you know, when Jack is thinking about the wife, he's just a husband. He's not Jack. Okay, so you both consciousness the same. When I'm thinking about my wife, oh, I'm just a husband. I'm not Dr. De Silva. Oh, right? I'm a husband, right? Okay, right. Then he thinks about the wife smile, wife sicknesses, wife shopping, these are things, you think about it. We call it this pharmacy bhava. This each thought we call it, each moment we call it a bhava. But we can call a bhava to collection of the same similar moments. Now these are similar moments, right? Connected with the pharmacy. Like a pharmacy, you do the same things. We call it those collection of the moments. We call it bhava, pharmacy bhava. I call it the pharmacy bhava. And collection of thoughts about your wife, or the collection of the thoughts of the small bhavas. We call it wife bhava. He tells that he's a pharmacist. Now I'm asking questions about wife. He's a father. He's a husband. Just a husband. Jack's thoughts are the same. He doesn't know he's Jack. He's a husband, right, Jack? Okay. Now, what's your son doing? Okay, his son healthy. What grade he is in? Okay, when you're talking like this, do you know that you are Mithun? No, not really, not at all. See, be honest, it's okay. Be honest. Okay, right. You're with me, right? Okay. Now, when you're with the child, you can stay in front of a child, or you can stay in the pharmacy, you think about the child. The same, right? Okay. We call it samsbhava. Oh, you think about a friend, Nimesh. You think about a Nimesh health, whether he's in a party or can he go, or I want to go to his house for a party. When you think about that, who you are? You are a friend of Nimesh. Are you Mithul at that time? No. Okay. You have a pain in the leg. Okay. Do you have any pain in your body? Any sicknesses in the body? How do you think? Oh, you have something, a melanoma or something. So, okay, it's not a cancer, I was joking, okay? So, now think about what it is. How it happened? It's a mosquito bite, it's a birth mark, okay. Now we are thinking about the body. Okay, hand. Okay. When you think about the hand, do you know who you are? It's a hand. You call it hand power. Hand power, okay. Next time I'm asking you to think about that heart or kidneys. Oh, my kidney. I said, you think about kidneys like this kidney, but still you did. It's my kidney. You're thinking about pharmacy, wife power, son power, friend power. Now you got to now you slowly come to your body now. From the top, bottom, you think. Now you have, when you have body feelings or body sickness, you think about it, right? My leg is hurting, you think about the leg. It's called leg power. Still, I am not Mithun. It's a consciousness about the leg. If you think about the brain or head, it's a consciousness about the head. Consciousness about the brain. Now, is Mithun a collection of group of moments of bhava? Can you call that? When I ask from you who you are, Dr. Listen, I am a collection of all of these. But isn't it you are going to tell? I forgot to ask you a question, sorry. So, in this case, is Mithun a collection of group of moments, group of bhava? Okay. You think it is, right? I'm going to tell you it is not. That's an interesting thing. Okay. All right, okay?
It's a collection of the
Okay, now, collection of bhava is called I. Now Mithun is thinking. Collection of these. But Mithun, when you're in a pharmacy bhava, you didn't know about wife bhava. You didn't know about it. Your son bhava. You didn't have any idea who is your son. When you're in son bhava, who didn't know any idea who your wife is. Each bhava is ignorant about the other bhava. Each one doesn't know each other. How do you say it is your bhava then? Each one doesn't know each other. Now you say you are the collection, look, of each and every one of these. You say now, yeah, job bhava, wife bhava, son bhava, house bhava, friend bhava, head power, leg power, body power, brain power, kidney power, all you think your power is a collection called I. We call it my power. Oh, that's a past thing you are bringing, past memories you call, oh, this is me. But each and every power didn't know each other, and at the same time, your pharmacy power is equal to his. If he works in a farm, your husband power is equal to his husband power. Then who I am then? Right? Okay. How come even one power doesn't know the other power? How come one power doesn't know? Do you understand, guys? Understand? Alright?
There's an answer to that. No two objects can be at the same time at the same place. There's your answer.
That's Newton's law.
Nevertheless.
Yeah, thank you. So, to see real myself, I have to make an environment in the mind so that no power arises. To see who you are actually, you have to get rid of this all power. This whole power made of reasons. Okay? So you get rid of all these and make it, not letting them to come. That's why you need that pole, breath pole. Okay? Getting out of this, see exactly who you are. When you don't have these powers, what you call who you are, only you know who you are. Those powers are dependent on the causes. If there's no pills, there's no pharmacy power for you. Okay? If there's no son, there's no husband power for you. If you get rid of these all, get away from this, stay away from that, then you concentrate on the breath to find who you are. Okay. Now another example I can give you. Now if I'm asking Mitul, now you have a son, right? You say, he's my son. Is it you? No. Is it not you, right? You say my son.
Yeah.
Okay, now you have a vision that he's my son because I told you, right? No. Now I'll go. You will go back. I want you to think with ignorance. Okay, right? So when you have a son, you say he's my son, right? When you have a wife, you say my wife. It's not you, right? It's my wife. Now what is this, Bill? My hand. Is it you? No. What is this? My nose. Now I'm showing you what is inside here. It's my brain. Yeah, it's my brain. Now I'm asking. You're thinking, right? Whose mind was that? My mind. If you say my mind, is it you? No. If you say something mine, there should be a thinker who's thinking about it. If you say my mind, how come it be me? It has to be external. Because of that, the question I'm asking is not applicable. Here, I'm asking who you are. That question is not applicable. That question is not correct. Who you are is not a correct question. Why I have asked how you are made of. How you are made of. That's the question. I am made of. Pharmacy Baba, wife Baba, every Baba is called my Baba. This is called my Baba. This is how I got this vision. That's how you explain it. But I am not existing. This question doesn't applicable. Who you are. That means you're not existing. But you exist. If you think in that way, you exist. You cannot say I'm not existing, I'm not existing. You cannot say that. As long as you see yourself, you should accept it because I'm ignorant and exist. I'm seeing that I'm existing because I'm ignorant. This is a deep way of thinking. It's very difficult to think, but you got idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
The collection of the moments is called who I am. Okay. Thank you very much.